Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to Hart Park in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. A beautiful day for WPSL Central Region Championship match today. Number one nationally ranked Colorado Rapids winning last night, having to go to extra time, getting a goal in the 113th minute of that 1-0 victory, that over KC Courage. Meanwhile, Salvo SC out of Eagan, Minnesota, going into sudden death penalty kick shootout rounds versus FC Milwaukee Torrent. Salvo coming out ahead on that one, 7-6, making all 7 of their PK shots. Well, we'll get more into the details, but first, let's make sure to give you your starting 11. Colorado Rapids, again, ranked first nationally in the WPSL. By the way, Salvo SC coming in ranked 11th. Starting in goal for Colorado, Kylie Hall out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Number 2, Sophia Wynn out of Florida State. Number 6, Mari Anist out of Alabama, courtesy of a transfer from Northwestern. Out of the University of Denver, wearing number 7, Ella Frost. Wearing number 9, Alyssa Glover out of the University of Wyoming. Number 14, another FSU player, big-time freshman year. Again, we'll get more into that as the game goes on. Heather Gilchrist. Number 20, also out of the University of Denver, Cameron McMillan. Number 23, another Denver product, Jordan Crockett. Number 25, also out of Florida State, coming to us from Japan, Ron Iwai. Number 29, and captain of this team, also coming out of the University of Denver, Hannah Gallegos. And number 30, out of the University of Texas, in midfield, Avery Vanderven. Going to the other side of the pitch, Salvo SC out of the Northern Conference, Colorado Rapids out of the Mountain Conference, by the way. Wearing number 5, one of the many Girls Academy players on this Salvo team, Riley Lajewski. Another GA player for Salvo wearing number 6, Becca Smith. Now a good list of college players. Number 9 served as captain yesterday, Sophia Bowman out of the University of Minnesota. Wearing number 10 and captain of this Salvo SC team today, having graduated from the University of Minnesota, Emily Heslin. Number 11, Ansley Atkinson, graduated from Creighton in 2022. Someone returning home, or at least for her college home, number 12, Clara Brecker out of UW Milwaukee. Number 14, Lauren Eckerly, South Dakota State, freshman there as well. Number 20, fantastic passer of the ball, Jessica Hunt out of Northeastern University in Boston, Massachusetts. We'll take a break for the national anthem. We'll come back and finish up the starting 11 for Salvo SC. National anthem has been played, but let's finish up that starting 11 for Salvo SC. Talked about Jessica Hunt wearing number 20. Number 28, Caitlin Biulke, just committed to South Dakota State University. Another Girls Academy player for this Salvo team. Number 34, very strong forward, Kaya Harper out of the University of Minnesota, just finished up her sophomore year. And finally, in goal, number 99 out of Farmington High School, Aiden Gagne. So a great mix of players. Obviously, a lot of Division I players for this Colorado team. They do have at least a couple of substitutes today that will be coming off the bench that are still in the high school ranks or just finished up high school. And, of course, Salvo SC, a good mix of Division I college players, high school players, as well as some folks who have graduated from college already. Well, looking back at the 2022 WPSL playoffs, these teams met in the Central Region semifinals last year. Colorado Rapids got the better of Salvo that day. Colorado would actually go on all the way to the final, losing 3-1 to California Storm. So I'm sure both of these teams remember last year Salvo wanting to exact some revenge on this Colorado team. Rapids very strong. A bit lackluster from them yesterday in their semifinal win over KC Courage. Salvo SC full of tons of energy as, again, they beat FC Milwaukee Torrent in sudden death penalty kicks, 7-6. But during that game, we saw a lot of great passes from Jessica Hunt wearing number 20 and several chances for Kaya Harper in regulation and extra time. That game, by the way, officially ending 0-0. Colorado Rapids, on the other hand, got some fantastic players as well. A lot of interaction yesterday from EY, as well as up top with Sophia Wynn. Now, both of these teams have 120 minutes on their legs from just yesterday. To now have to come out and play a final, it's a beautiful day, but nevertheless, it is about 80 degrees today here in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. So these teams, I'm sure, will go to their bench more often than we saw yesterday. Of course, only time will tell. Referee crew in today all have experience with the WPSL. Your center referee is Ryan Shanklin, not a stranger to Hart Park here in Milwaukee. And we are underway for this WPSL Central Region Championship. Assistant ref on the near side is Austin Copper. Assistant ref on the far side, Aaron Pronizak. And your fourth referee, Nick Harbour. Harbour having the center position in yesterday's first semifinal between the Rapids and KC Courage. Definitely more windy today than it was yesterday, providing some good relief to the players out on the pitch. The Hart Park surface, while the turf was replaced just a few years ago, still a very hard surface. Lots and lots of use, as evidenced by the several different types of sports lines out on the pitch. And, of course, used by the community as well. So you'll see this ball play quite quickly on this artificial surface. Colorado coming out with much more energy today than they had yesterday, at least here in these first few moments of play. Rapids looking to move this ball forward. Just in the second minute of play, that is Wynn on the ball. Not able to keep control, but Colorado regains possession near midfield. Ball played back as Salvo trying to be patient with the ball. Some pressure there from Alyssa Glover of Colorado. This is Atkinson making this near side run. Nice nutmeg by her as she plays it to Hunt. Hunt, fantastic corner kick taker. It's no wonder that in college she's known for getting many, many assists on the year. fact, Hunt has the single-season program record at Northeastern University for assists in a season with 13. Rapids are going to want to make sure that they keep an eye on her whenever she has the ball. And, of course, her big target that she looks for, that the entire Salvo team looks for, is Kaya Harper, sophomore out of the University of Minnesota. Ball played out wide. Anist on the ball. Tries to play this one up. Looking for Wallach. And now McDermott on the ball. Ball played back to Gilchrist. Plays it all the way. Nice diagonal pass. Unfortunately, offside called against the Rapids. That'll bring that play to an end. So many of the players on this field today have had huge years as freshmen or sophomores at the college level, Gilchrist being one of them. She was ranked number 30 in the top Drawers Soccer top 100 freshman players on the season. Ball being played back to Heslin. Heslin, your captain for today. Sophia Baumann served as your captain for Salvo yesterday. Ball goes out of bounds, goal kick for the Rapids. Colorado winning their third consecutive Mountain Conference championship. And with the win yesterday and the win in that conference championship, they are 12-0-0 on the season. 12 wins, no losses, no draws. Had a perfect season, all 30 points, out of 30 points. One of the many reasons they come in today ranked number 1 in all of the teams of the WPSL. Foul called in favor of Salvo. Gilchrist called for a bit of a shove in the back. Ball being sent to the middle of the box. That'll be easily handled by Kylie Hall. Hall, a graduate from Texas A&M Corpus Christi, appeared in 52 matches and started all but one of those matches. And a stellar goals against average over her 4 years at Corpus Christi, 1.27. Bodes well for this Rapids team. Certainly not an easy task for both of these teams. Again, both games yesterday going into extra time. You got to believe there's some tired legs out there. Usually, the healthy thing to do is to have 48 hours between games to at least have enough recovery time. Neither of these teams get even 12 hours of recovery time. No, they get at least 12 hours. This is why I didn't go to school for math, folks. Nevertheless, it is sure a quick turnaround. Sebastian Giraldo, head coach for the Rapids, just as he did yesterday, making sure his players are in the places he wants them to be, as win in the box for Colorado. Now played in by Glover. No trouble, at least momentarily, for Salvo. That just glides in front of the goal. And now sent out of bounds, throw-in for Colorado. EY with the throw-in. Wallach on the ball. Played back. Wallach, one of two players coming in today that were not here in Milwaukee yesterday. Recently committed to the University of Michigan, but had a fantastic career at Regis Jesuit High School. Named a ECNL All-American as well. Ball played all the way back once again. Hall playing it to her left back, Gilchrist. Gilchrist playing this in the middle. Wallach looking for another nice diagonal pass. Salvo reads it well, but now Wynn on the ball. Not able to keep it, but still Rapids pressuring on this Salvo SC goal. Nest with the touch goes very wide. Eventually goes out of bounds. Salvo gets some relief as they earn the throw-in. Nest, your game-winning goal scorer in yesterday's game against the KC Courage, getting a goal in the 113th minute of play after the game was scoreless up to that point. Ball played forward. That was Glover to Nest. Nest wins the ball. Can she get to it? Not quite sure what happened there. Nest kind of gave up. Oh, my apologies. Offside call. I missed the far side AR lifting his flag. Play continues. It was actually a foul on the play. Gallegos plays this forward to McDermott. Nice win by Eckerly of Salvo. Hunt playing this ball forward. Looking for Bowman. Not able to get to her as the Rapids intercept. Wynn trying to play that one up to McDermott. Again, a lot of play in the midfield. We saw this from the Rapids game yesterday. Rapids trying to take time to figure out how to get behind this Salvo SC defense. Gilchrist, player out of Florida State, plays this to McDermott. McDermott, the lone Division II representative on the field out of the Colorado School of Mines. Nest tries to play that forward, intercepted by the Salvo defense once again. A little bit of pinball in the box. Play continues as Salvo looking for their first opportunity really to attack. Misplayed ball by Harper. Harper perhaps a bit tired from yesterday's game. McDermott on the ball in the box, takes a shot. In the end, no trouble whatsoever for Gagne. Ball played to McDermott once again, and now played backwards. Salvo just trying to look to move forward, playing this ball a bit too long. But, of course, give credit to the Rapids defense reading about every single pass that Salvo is attempting. Gilchrist, happy to play this back to her goalkeeper. Now on the other side of the pitch, Rapids moving forward, plenty of room in front of them. Atkinson plays this up. Biulke on the ball, sends it to Hunt. Hunt to the far side. Nice interception by Wynn, plays it to McDermott. McDermott looking for the shot. Wide of the goal. Certainly had more time if she wanted it. Plenty of space in front of her, had some players closing in. May want to look back at that and perhaps play that ball to one of her teammates. Never fault a player for having to go at the goal. Of course, McDermott did have the space for that shot. Just not sure in that instance that was the best choice. Now perhaps an opportunity for Salvo. Biulke on the ball just outside the box on the near side. Plays it to the top. Rapids do well to gain control, stay calm, keeping possession. Ball sent forward once again, looking for McDermott. Atkinson trying to turn with the ball. Atkinson once again with another header. Bowman in a fight, not able to win that one as that was Lexi Meyer. Meyer again, the other fresh player today, didn't play at all yesterday. She was not here yesterday for the Rapids. Meyer wearing number 10. She's actually a teammate of Wallach at Regis Jesuit High School. Or was a teammate, I should say, as that's an easy foul called. And while Wallach committed to University of Michigan, Meyer has committed to Alabama. A lot of big Division I programs being represented on the field today. You are watching WPSL Central Regional Championship match. My name is Simon Provan. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is the home of FC Milwaukee Torrent, who has been your host for championship weekend here in the Central Region. Both games going to extra time yesterday with the nightcap, Salvo SC and FC Milwaukee Torrent having to go into sudden death rounds in the penalty kick shootout. Quite honestly, just about every single taker on those penalties put in a world-class goal. And the one kick that was a bit weak coming from the Torrent, easily saved. And that is how Salvo got here. Nice ball by Harper. Plays this up to Hunt, who kicks it back in. Opportunity for Salvo. No. Snuffed out just in time by the Rapids defense. Rapids now trying to quickly transition into attack. Ball played to Wynn. Wynn with a nice turn, then plays it back safely. Wallach. Beautiful ball sent into the corner. Shot by, I believe that was EY on the far side. Rapids lining up for their first substitution as Jordan Crockett, who was a starter yesterday, will be making her way onto the field. Defensive player for the Rapids. We'll end up seeing who she takes out as Salvo once again called offside. That was Jessica Hunt making the run. Crockett out of the University of Denver. One of several players on this team coming out of Denver. Finished up her junior year this past fall, appeared in 19 games, 16 starts, and in fact, made the second team all-conference. And Crockett, also the Utah State MVP for all high school players in her junior year. Was on a national winning team back in 2019 with her club team. Some great pedigree on this pitch today. 0-0, 19th minute of play. We are at Hart Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, officially Wauwatosa, but for all of you out-of-towners, we're making it simple for you. We're going to say Milwaukee. Ball played back. Rapids okay with taking their time, seeing what options they might have, working the ball around the field, and then looking for a release as Sophia Wynn on this ball. Wynn with a fantastic game yesterday for the Rapids. Not slowing down here as she makes her way into the box. Plays it to the top of the six. McDermott gets a touch. Now a shot on goal, and a well-saved shot by Gagne. Well, some nice build-up play from the Rapids. How will Salvo react as the Rapids continue to apply more pressure? And now Salvo making their first substitution, Meredith Hackinson out of the University of Michigan. She just arrived here today, so getting some extra fresh legs out there for Salvo SC. And coming off the field was Becca Smith. Ball played back to this near side. Meyer then plays it back to Gilchrist. Gallegos. Happy to just play that across the field. EY with the throw-in right back to Gallegos. Gilchrist. Once again, we see the Rapids working this ball on the back line. Trying to stretch this Salvo team a bit. But so far, Salvo not really biting. Back line keeping a good shape for Salvo. Rapids, though, continuing to look for answers. Crockett's first touch goes right back to Gilchrist. Wallach playing this all the way out to EY, trying to get that up to win. Instead goes out of bounds, throw-in for Salvo. Again, these two teams met in the Central Region semifinals last year. Colorado got the better of Salvo that game. Salvo coming into today on a 6-game win streak after their win last night. Colorado Rapids, 12-game win streak for them. In fact, the Rapids' last loss came in 2022. That was in the WPSL championship match. That was a 3-1 loss for the Rapids to the California Storm. Couple of substitutes now coming on for Colorado, number 15 and number 20. 15, Ella Moody. Number 20, Cameron McMillan. Making way for them are McDermott, as well as Ella Frost. Nice ball. In the corner, the Rapids go. Glover Trying to turn her player, able to do so. Now sends it in with her right in front of the keeper, bobbles it, now grabs it. Well, an opportunity there for Colorado. Gagne bobbled it at first, but give her credit for quickly bringing that ball back in, making sure Wynn didn't have an opportunity to put one in the back of the net. EY with the throw, and such an interesting background for EY. Part of that Florida State University national championship team back in 2021. But she actually won a national championship back in Japan for track and field as she was part of a U12 4x100 relay team. She was the anchor leg in that relay. And that's not the only national championship she had won in Japan. Believe it or not, she was part of Japan's national flag football team. Or actually wasn't part of the national flag football team. Her club team in flag football won the national championship one year. Her father, though, is the flag football national team coach. Great stories all around today. As play continues, still 0-0. We saw both games end in regulation yesterday, 0-0. Colorado finally getting a game-winning goal in the 113th minute of play. Salvo having to go all the way to a penalty kick shootout after that game ended 0-0 in both regulation and extra time. And just as we thought a slew of substitutions happening here within this last few minutes of play, needing to keep these players fresh after both teams had such long, unexpected long games yesterday. Ella Wildman coming to the field today. She was a starter yesterday. Got to get a break on the bench for the start of this one. Riley Lajewski, the player, making way for Wildman. Bowman with the nice ball, plays this forward. Opportunity here for Salvo. Ball played to Harper. Harper turns, has it on her left, takes a shot. Nicely saved by Kylie Hall. Hall reading that all the way. Nice ball, by the way, in that buildup from Meredith Hackinson for Salvo. Hackinson with the white stripe on her head today, wearing that pre-wrap. Once again, Hackinson getting a step on the ball. This played all the way back to EY. We haven't seen it as much this afternoon, but yesterday EY playing more of a classic winger role. Wasn't unusual to see her taking part in the attack. I won't be surprised if we start to see more of that in the second half. But for now, a lot of work happening on this near side. Opportunity for Colorado. Shot hits the outside of the net as Cameron McMillan looking for the first goal in this game. As it is, it remains 0-0 here in the 27th minute, almost 28th minute of play. Making way now onto the field is Kelly Francis as Alyssa Glover comes off for Colorado. Francis out of Bucknell University in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Sophomore year, she had 10 appearances coming off the bench. Before that, though, 21 appearances as a freshman when Bucknell won the Patriot League Championship. Speaking of championships, you are watching the Central Region Championship match here on 11 Sports. My name is Simon Provan. Thanks so much for joining us. Colorado Rapids taking on Salvo SC. Colorado ranked number 1 nationally in the WPSL. Salvo ranked number 11. Although I will say I believe that number 11 ranking for Salvo, now granted I only have one game to base this on, but a bit low for the Salvo team. Now they did take second in their conference, the Northern Conference. The winner of that conference was the Minnesota Thunder Academy as the Rapids look to move forward here. Minnesota with 7 wins, 1 draw, no losses. Meanwhile, Salvo, 6 wins, no losses, 2 draws. And in fact, those two teams, when they played each other both times this year, it was a 1-1 draw. Basically, Minnesota declined the invitation to the playoffs, so Salvo took their place. And they have made good on taking the Thunder's place in these playoffs. Wynn falls down, able to get back up, keep possession of the ball, plays it back to Crockett. Crockett sends this in the middle. Francis stepping up, not able to get there as Salvo sends this out, but only as far as Gilchrist. Now back to the left side. Wynn sends it in. Francis with a touch, flicks it over. Opportunity for Colorado. Referee eventually calls a foul against Cameron McMillan. Your coaches this afternoon, by the way, for Salvo SC, Greg Wheaton. And he's assisted by Danielle Mendez and Marco Campoverde. Head coach for Colorado, Sebastian Giraldo, my apologies. He's assisted by Marin Butler and Miguel Rodriguez. Another foul called against the Rapids. That one on Francis. Ryan Shanklin, your center referee, doing well to make sure he is near the action at all times. Atkinson earning the throw-in for Salvo. Wildman on the throw. Looking for Bowman. Flies over Bowman's head. Goes off of a Rapids player. Once again, throw-in for Salvo. Bowman with the throw once again. She's entering her senior year at the University of Minnesota. Last year named to the All-Big Ten second team. As this goes out of bounds, goal kick for Colorado. 32nd minute of play, 0-0 here at Hart Park in Milwaukee. Bowman with a fantastic career at the University of Minnesota. She was, as I said, named last year All-Big Ten second team and named to the same All-Big Ten second team in 2021. And in the shortened COVID year, which was her freshman year, she was named All-Big Ten freshman team. Ball sent forward by Wynn. Intercepted by Salvo. Nice turn of the ball from Heslin. Heslin, one of the more decorated players, not only for Salvo, but on the entire field. You'd say that the team missed Heslin yesterday, but wasn't actually the case. Salvo, very exciting in yesterday's game. Number of chances at the Torrent goal, weren't able to put any of them in, but certainly saw many moments of brilliance from this young team. Ball on the far side, play back in. throw-in for Colorado. Another substitution for Salvo coming onto the pitch. Maggie Dowling, as Harper will get a much-needed break. Hasn't been utilized as much today, but she's certainly been making many off-the-ball runs, trying to create space for her midfielders. Harper, another product out of the University of Minnesota. Her freshman year, got her first goal in her college career against the University of Wyoming. Speaking of the University of Wyoming, number 9 for Colorado, Alyssa Glover, plays her college ball at the University of Wyoming. Many connections out on the field today. Colorado, once again, just being patient with their back line, and as soon as they see someone who they may be able to spring forward, they play it. A lot of pressure as Crockett runs into Gagne. Gagne looking to play this to someone, now elects to just give it a small punt. Fortunate to have it land at the feet of one of her teammates. McDermott returning to the field once again for Colorado as Sophia Wynn gets to take a breather for a few minutes. 36th minute of play here at Hart Park. A spot in the National Final Four of the WPSL on the line today. We do have one team that has already punched their ticket to the Final Four, SC Del Sol, out of the West region. Those games having taken place in Phoenix, Arizona. Early games, apparently that was because of the hot temperatures that they scheduled them early in the morning. Out in the West, that was 8:30 a.m. We should have another result coming in quite soon. South region being played in Nashville, Tennessee, as Nashville Rhythm take on Charlotte Eagles in that championship match. Ball sent forward to McDermott. Nice from Gilchrist. As Atkinson comes across, sends that over the touchline. Crockett will take the throw-in for Colorado. Talked about some of Crockett's stats before as she was in college as well as high school. She was also the captain for the Region 4 ODP team back in 2019. Hence why she was recruited by many D1 schools. Salvo trying to work this near side, not much success so far in this first half. Well, it certainly has been a weekend of extra time. We are the home stream producers for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Their men's team also lost in extra time yesterday, up 1-0 in the first half, ended up giving up a goal in the second half, and then gave up the game-winning goal for Des Moines United in the 121st minute of play. And as my producer Kevin O'Connor reminds me, it was a very unfortunate deflection that was taken. Goalkeeper for the Torrent Chiapa, who has been fantastic all season long, not able to do anything about it as he was leaning to his left to block the shot. It actually looked like it took a couple of deflections and went about as far right as possible to still go in the goal. Speaking of goals, Colorado looking for one here. Ball played to the 6 and just sent out of bounds once again so Salvo can collect their breath. Well, Salvo's certainly hoping to get Emily Heslin more involved in this game. She graduated from the University of Minnesota in 2019, and in her senior year started all 23 games and was named to the Big Ten tournament team. Crockett plays this to the outside to McDermott. McDermott trying to cut inside, as she's been doing all game. Back to Crockett. Rapids once again looking to perhaps change their point of attack. Salvo reads it well. Salvo now looking for a counter. Heslin plays this to Bowman. Salvo still with the ball, just a touch too far as Dowling looking to play that up top. Not able to get there as it went straight to the Rapids goalkeeper. Wallach plays this ball back. Ball makes its way all the way to Gilchrist. Gallegos playing this back to Hall. Hall back to Gilchrist. As you see, Salvo once again not allowing themselves to get stretched. Trying to play a somewhat shortened field is Salvo. Been working so far. Not having allowed a goal here in the first 40 minutes and some odd seconds. But Rapids certainly have had more in the way of opportunities. Wallach allowing this to go all the way back to Gallegos. Colorado looking to get this ball over the top, trying to get it to McDermott. While McDermott does not get control, the ball eventually is played back out to Crockett. Crockett with the same idea. That'll be easy enough for Gonier. Gonier plays this out to the left. Salvo, just not many players able to help out offensively at the moment. Nice turn by Hunt. Bowman with a touch back. Gilchrist misjudges this a bit, but no worries in the end. As Colorado, well, tries to keep this in. Crockett with the slide after that ball was played by Gallegos. Gallegos coming all the way from her right back position to help out here on the left. But playing that ball just a bit too hard as these teams rediscover how fast this surface is at Hart Park. Throw in by Eckerly. Great freshman year at South Dakota State. Saw some of those long throws last night. Hunt with the header. This ball sent to the middle of the field, collected by Heslin. Bowman in the corner. That is called out of bounds. Will be a goal kick for Colorado, and they will make another substitution as the first half gets closer and closer to coming to an end. On the field now is Fran Royland. Royland, a graduate of University of North Carolina, didn't appear much in many games for the Tar Heels, But what a storied college that is. Obviously very difficult to break into any type of starting lineup as Lexi Meyer comes off for the Rapids. But Fran Royland, cool history for her. After college, she worked as an energy analyst at the International Energy Agency in Paris, France. And she actually played a little bit of semi-pro while in France. Now she's a manager of climate intelligence. That's some of the great stories that we have here in the WPSL. Obviously a lot of great soccer stories, but also personal stories as well. EY on the far side. Ball taken away as Heslin tries to get back on it. Some nice play there from Gallegos and EY. Getting possession back for the Rapids. Ella Moody with a nice turn. Plays this to Gilchrist. Gilchrist looks up, now plays it out to Crockett on this near side. Crockett in a bit of a one-on-one with Dowling. Dowling gets a touch. Crockett with a slide tackle, and eventually Dowling does win that ball. Now a little bit of back and forth between Crockett and Eckerly. Head coach Sebastian Giraldo not happy with the result of that call. Fourth official having a quick chat with Giraldo. Ball sent forward. 45th minute of play. Things really heating up here. Don't think there will be much in the way of added time as EY tries to get control of that, called for the handball instead. Can Salvo SC do something here right before the halftime whistle? Ball played quickly. And not much happening for Salvo as Kelly Francis gets a touch of that ball. And we do have 1 minute of stoppage time, which we are officially in, about 5 seconds in. Well, now the Rapids looking for a quick attack before this half comes to an end. Crockett looks to play this up to McDermott. McDermott is there, has space in front of her, now sends it to the top of the 6. Opportunity for Francis. Francis comes back to the ball, takes another shot, blocked by the Salvo defense. Once again, Rapids in possession. Nice step over move from Wallach. Plays this ball forward. Francis on the far side. This ball is sent in. Opportunity for Colorado, perhaps? No, says the Salvo defense, but only goes as far as Gallegos. And eventually ball goes out of bounds. Salvo takes a deep breath. Still quick on this throw-in, though, as we have just a few seconds left in this first minute of stoppage, the only minute of stoppage as indicated by the referee. And that brings the first half to an end. Score remains 0-0. Definitely a lot of opportunities for the Rapids, especially with some of those crosses coming in. But goalkeeper Gagne for Salvo, keeping the Salvo team in this one. Well, we'll see what the second half brings. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we've got a interview with the Deputy Commissioner of the WPSL. Don't go away. We're just getting some water, and we'll be back on the other side of this break. Welcome back to Hart Park here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are featuring the Central Region today as the sorry about that. Colorado Rapids takes on Salvo SC in the Central Region Championship. 0-0 at the half. Exciting day here. Exciting day yesterday. A long day. We had 2 games going to extra time. Of course, these being the 2 winners of those games. But I am so happy to have with me in the press box Matt Homanoff. Matt is the Deputy Commissioner of the WPSL. Matt, thanks so much for joining us today. Thanks for being here. It sounds like you're the lucky one that doesn't have to deal with much of the heat. A little hot here today, but we got some nice breeze going on. It's not as humid as it has been. So welcome to Milwaukee.
Thanks so much for having me, Simon. It's great to be here, and absolutely great atmosphere here in Wauwatosa. Thanks to the FC Milwaukee Torrent for being such great hosts. I'm sure they're disappointed not to be playing tonight. But I don't think I've met a single person here since we got here earlier today that hasn't said, A, what a great atmosphere it's been for all the games, and B, what a high quality of play. All 4 conference champions that came together for the Central Region playoffs here in the WPSL this year, all of them earned their spot, and I think the quality of the games has borne that out.
Absolutely. Just looking at the national rankings of the WPSL, that speaks to how strong the Central Region is. Obviously, Colorado Rapids ranked number 1 overall in the entire nation. FC Milwaukee Torrent was ranked number 7. KC Courage, I'm thinking of this off the top of my head. I can't exactly remember. 10. KC Courage was number 10, and then Salvo SC, technically a runner-up in their conference, but still ranked 11th. And saw yesterday that they probably deserve higher than an 11th ranking. A lot of people were thinking, and I was one of them, included in this, thinking they'd be one of the team that you could probably have the best chance at beating. But they came in and said, no way, just because we took second, we're just as strong as Minnesota Thunder, who had to turn down their slot. So thoughts on what you've seen today in this first half and just WPSL action overall?
Yeah, I think the first half was well played. Clearly Colorado had the better of the ball for a good chunk of that first half. But I certainly not ready to count Salvo out. Not with the program that Matt Cross runs up there in Minneapolis. They're consistently over the past 4 years, 5. I think this is their 5th season in the WPSL. Have consistently put out strong teams. Incredibly consistent in, as you mentioned earlier, a very difficult Northern Conference with MTA there. And so I would expect on a consistent basis year in, year out that they're always in the conversation. And you can never discount the fact that there are teams that are going to take the postseason very seriously and will recruit and register players according to those goals. Because the reality at this level of play, of course, is that the player pools fundamentally change as you move from June into July. College players have different requirements depending on their coach and their summer programs. So teams are consistently evolving during the course of the season. And as you get into the mid to latter parts of July, rosters can absolutely begin to change, and more fringe players and youth players from their respective youth clubs become a much more important part of the conversation.
And absolutely, Salvo SC known for their great girls academy teams that they have. But on the other side of the pitch as well, Colorado Rapids women's team, they've got a very strong ECNL youth program. Number of players today for the Rapids, and even those not playing today, always being named All-Americans in the ECNL, always being invited to ID camps across the country. So, as much as we talk about the professional academies that NWSL teams have, that MLS teams have, we see a lot of that as well in the WPSL.
We definitely do. Not a season goes by where we don't hear back from a coach or general manager or club administrator how, as they were entering into the postseason, that clubs were able to provide opportunities to some of their younger players, the U18s, U17s, and sometimes even younger, that quite frankly were not getting opportunities earlier in the summer because college-age players take up a bulk of those game minutes. So it's really an interesting case study if you look at the evolution of how rosters continue to move as you get deeper and deeper into the season. And the teams that figure that out are the ones that are more likely than not the more successful ones.
Speaking here with Deputy Commissioner of the WPSL, Matt Hominoff. Pleasure to have you here, Matt. My name is Simon Prova, and thanks so much for joining us. Well, Matt, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about the other championship games taking place today. We do have one final, SC Del Sol taking down last year's champions, California Storm, 1-0, that in the Desert Conference. I know you've got an update for us from Nashville. Or actually, I don't have where the game is being played, but
no, you're right.
It is in Nashville.
It is.
Nashville taking on the Charlotte Eagles.
Yeah, that's an amazing game. We're in the second period of extra time, and despite the Charlotte Eagles falling 4-1, down 4-1 earlier in the game, they now lead the Nashville Rhythm 5-4 with approximately 10 minutes to play and change. So to say that that's a crazy one is putting it mildly. Interestingly enough, the Nashville Rhythm and Charlotte Eagles faced off just a couple of weeks ago at the very beginning of July in a regular season game where Nashville came out on top 1-0. And that's the key reason why Nashville's hosting the South Region playoffs right now. So for Charlotte to make the bus ride back out to Nashville for a little bit of revenge is something to see right now. This is definitely one for the ages, a 9-goal thriller with 10 minutes to play.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've always heard that 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer, but maybe it's actually 4-1 is the most dangerous lead.
It might be.
Matt, what can we expect? We're almost there. We're almost at the Final Four. What can fans expect from the WPSL semifinals and championship game this year?
Yeah, we're gearing up for a fantastic series of events in Stillwater, Oklahoma next weekend, beginning Friday night when the teams arrive. We'll get them all out to Neil Patterson Stadium, the home of the Oklahoma State University Cowboys, and enjoy a great event on Friday night, including the Women's World Cup opener for the USA when the USA takes on Vietnam that evening in the stadium and on the stadium jumbotron for the teams in attendance. First kickoff is early the next morning on Saturday. When the East winner, which will either be Rhode Island or Clarkstown, they're just getting set to kick off out in New York, will take on the winner of this Nashville-Charlotte game. Then the 11 a.m. Central kickoff will see SC Del Sol take on the winner of this afternoon's game here in Wauwatosa. So I have no doubt there'll be two fantastic semifinals. And then the season will culminate on Sunday evening with our WPSL National Championship game at 7 p.m. Central.
Excellent. And off the field, do you have any expansion news? I know WPSL is always looking to expand. There's expansion going on every year.
There absolutely is. And our founder, Jerry Zanelli, was always fond of saying that expansion is the lifeblood of the WPSL. And if you think back to, it was less than a decade ago, we were still under 80 teams nationwide, and this season we kicked off with 129.
Wow.
You can absolutely be sure that expansion is on the cards. Now, each metropolitan area is different, and at the end of the day, the analysis that the league office and our executive committee have to do comes down to sustainability, because we really are looking for long-term partners, teams that are great competitors on the field, but even better business partners off the field. So we're anxious to continue to review those expansion applications, all of which are due no later than the end of December. That gives us the early part of January to cement our lineup, and then we announce our lineup just prior to our annual general meeting, which will take place in Oklahoma City either at the end of January or very beginning of February.
Well, Matt, it has been a pleasure talking to you up here in the booth. Halftime is just about to finish up here, so I'm going to let you go off and watch this second half. Matt Hominoff, Deputy Commissioner of the WPSL. Again, thank you for being here in Milwaukee, taking in Hart Park and this fantastic contest between the Colorado Rapids and Salvo SC. Score is 0-0. I feel like putting you on the spot. Do you have a prediction for us in the second half, or is that a bad question to ask the Deputy Commissioner?
Unfortunately, I can't come right out and pick a favorite. What I will say is that I feel like this game could absolutely go the distance, and I understand these teams are exhausted after both going to extra time yesterday. But that doesn't change the fact that both brought complements of substitutes. These are both experienced coaching staffs that know how to manage their benches. So if this game does go the distance and all the way to penalties, I for one, would not be surprised.
All right, Matt. Well, thank you again, Matt Hominoff, Deputy Commissioner of the WPSL.
Thanks so much for having me, Simon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Matt. And we will take a break. We'll come back in about 3 minutes for the start of the second half. You're watching the WPSL Central Region Championship match between Colorado Rapids and Salvo SC. Score is 0-0. We'll see you on the other side of this break. Welcome back as second half action is about to get underway here at Hart Park. WPSL Central Region Championship between the Colorado Rapids and Salvo SC, a spot in the national championships on the line. I should say a spot in the Final Four on the line as we are underway. Once again, another shout out to Matt Hominoff, Deputy Commissioner of the WPSL, taking in today's game live here at Hart Park, joining me just a few minutes ago in the broadcast booth, talking about the championship matches, previewing that, a bit of what we can expect, at least in Stillwater, Oklahoma, down there on the campus of Oklahoma State University. An absolutely beautiful stadium down there to be hosting the WPSL semifinals and championship match. Well, as we get back underway, it is a 0-0 scoreline here. Thank you for joining us here on 11 Sports. My name is Simon Provan, your stream producer today, and as always from Hart Park, Kevin O'Connor. Man's voice you may be hearing in the background as our PA announcer, Dan Pfeiffer. EY plays us on the inside. Ball played forward. Win back in for the Rapids. Rapids trying to apply some very quick pressure. Salvo dealing with it well as Wildman plays this back to Gagne. Gagne sending this one forward, hoping to get it to Jessica Hunt. Instead, it falls to the feet of Wallach for Colorado. Now McDermott, very busy in the first half, starts the second half the same way. McDermott trying to turn into the box, plays it off. Top of the 6 for Colorado. Once again, Salvo sending it out of the box. That was Glover that had a possible opportunity. Now this ball played by Heslin. Wildman bringing this ball up to midfield. Hackinson not able to get to that for Salvo as that ball's played back to the goalkeeper from Vander Ven. Nice turn of the ball by Heslin. Heslin looking to play this in the box. Opportunity here for Salvo, but once again, Vander Ven steps forward, collects the ball offside anyway. Wouldn't have mattered. And actually, Gallegos was the one who got a foot on that ball. Vander Ven standing over it now, setting it up for the free kick as a result of the offside call. Well, Vander Ven has very limited time on the field for the University of Texas, having appeared in 11 matches over her 3-year college career. But very decorated high school player back at Highlands Ranch High School. Harper on the ball for Salvo, plays this in the box. Can this be an opening for Salvo? Shoulder-to-shoulder play there. Good non-call by the referee. But yes, Vander Ven, All-State honorable mention her senior year at Highlands Ranch, and actually her dad, a connection to Wisconsin here, played for the University of Wisconsin from 1991 to 94, just missing out on that national championship that was won in 95 by the Badgers. I'm intimately well aware of that championship as my brother Josh was starting back, called them marking backs at that point. Him and Chad Cole, the two marking backs on that team. It was a unique system that Jim Launder ran with that Wisconsin team. And, of course, they ended up beating Duke 2-0 that year in the NCAA final. Win on the ball for Colorado. Top of the box, looks for a shot, blocked once again by the Salvo defense. Heslin, captain of Salvo, trying to move that ball forward, instead deemed to have been fouled, I should say. Again, Ryan Shanklin, our center referee. Rapids 1-0 winners over KC Courage in yesterday's semifinal. That was the first match in the day yesterday. That one going 120 minutes. Rapids getting a goal from Anist in the 113th minute. Salvo SC. Back to that in a minute as Harper plays this in the middle. Hackinson trying to win it back. Does look like it may have taken a deflection off of her. No, it has not. Corner kick for Salvo. Back to Salvo, how they got here, beating FC Milwaukee Torrent, the host club of the Central Region semifinals and championship game this year. That game 0-0 at the end of regulation, 0-0 after extra time, and even after 5 rounds of a penalty kick shootout, tied 5-5, eventually won at 7-6. This ball played to the top of the 6. Harper gets up, gets a head on it, but just a bit too far for her. Another foul against the Rapids, or I should say for Salvo. It looks like Emily Hessman will take this free kick. Giraldo, head coach for Colorado, wanting his players to be prepared to win this and go on the counter. Ball sent to the 6. Harper trying to look for a bicycle kick. I believe she was actually called for a dangerous play. Well, Harper and Crockett having a few words with each other apparently. Referee telling both of them to calm down. Hall trying to send this one up and out. Not the best of her ability there, but the ball does take a deflection off of a Salvo player. And now Crockett issued a yellow card. I can only assume that that is for either dissension at the referee or maybe having some words with Harper. So 53rd minute yellow card issued to Crockett. Game still 0-0 here at Hart Park. Crockett's going to have to be careful now. Whenever a defender gets a yellow card, it's going to have to, usually causes them to have to change their play up a little bit. Not playing as aggressive, as you don't want to get issued a second yellow, which of course equates to a red card for those of you a little new to the game. Win on the ball, nice turn. Nice touch by Glover, and then played it back where it was quickly sent forward. Salvo now, a little more space on the field opening up for both teams. Harper, ball on her favored right foot, takes a shot. That is a goal! Kaya Harper for Salvo SC, 54th minute of play. Just as I was talking about space opening up for both teams, Harper takes that space, takes the ball down with her left, cuts it to her right, puts in a nice shot, curving past everybody, including goalkeeper Kylie Hall of the Rapids. Salvo SC now up 1-0. Harper concentrating on placement over power on that one. Putting a little bit of English on that ball as that curved into the far side of the net. Well, let's see how the Rapids respond. A little bit more life I'm expecting from this game now. But Harper, again, 54th minute, unassisted. Salvo SC up 1-0. First time the Rapids have been down all season long, and now Wynn making her way towards the Salvo SC box. Ball touched out of play, or not out of play, in play, but in the middle of the field by Hunt. And indeed, seeing some more energy now from the Rapids. Eckerly in the corner for Salvo, winning this ball, sending it forward. But Rapids right back in possession as McDermott tries to turn to send this one. McDermott in an offside position. Well, Kaya Harper, again, a great career for University of Minnesota in just her sophomore year. Saw action in 19 games, starting 10 of those games. Got a goal and 4 assists on the year. In high school, she was selected to the All-State team in 2018 and in 2019. Along with that, an ECNL All-American in 2019. And perhaps one of the greatest honors for a high school player, named 2021 Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Minnesota. And I'll tell you what, she's got tons of other accolades that I just could not fit on my note card. But certainly with the way she played yesterday and the way she scored that goal just a few minutes ago, you can see why she has received so many accolades through her young career. Avery Vanderven playing this one up. Salvo regains possession, I should say, but sends it right back to Vanderven, who now plays it in the middle. Rapids once again looking to change their point of attack. Gallegos plays the ball forward and gets it right back from McDermott. Wallach out to EY. EY with a nice touch to win. Rapids starting to find a little bit more one-touch football. And just as they look to be finding the groove, goes out of bounds. Throw in for Salvo. And the Rapids with a substitution. I believe we have Alamoudi returning to the pitch for Frost. And Salvo SC again up 1-0 in this match, scoring a goal in the 54th minute. We are now officially in the 59th. Another substitution for Colorado coming onto the field is Cameron McMillan. And on the far side, McDermott makes room for McMillan. Both teams bringing 2 fresh players in for today's championship match. And they have provided a little bit of relief for both teams. And yet Harper, who was running all over the place yesterday for 120 minutes, right now is your lone goal scorer in this game. Fantastic goal from outside the 18. You know, with the strength of both of these keepers, it would have to be something special to beat either of them. Right now, Salvo got that from Harper, brought the ball down with her left foot, made a cut, put it on her favored right foot, saw a perfect opening for her to launch the ball, put some English on it, as they say, curving the ball around the goalkeeper and into the goal. In fact, when you watch the replay of that, Kylie Hall, not sure if she was blocked at all, but she was basically standing still, and the moment she saw that ball, she knew where it was going. And that has led to Salvo SC ahead in this one. Once again, 1-0. 60th minute comes to an end as the clock kicks over soon to the 61st minute. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you are, whether it be Eagan, Minnesota, whether it be Denver, Colorado, or anywhere else in this country. We're so pleased to have you on this WPSL Central Region Championship match broadcast. This ball now played forward, onside, opportunity, goal! Kaya Harper with her second of the day. score now 2-0. Harper now with a brace on the day, 61st minute. Well, Salvo, many teams might relax it after that first goal. Salvo has not. And Kaya Harper just talking about how it took something special to beat Kylie Hall in the first goal. Now here for a second goal. Very tight angle to take that shot. But again, Harper seeing the opportunity. We saw her taking those opportunities yesterday. Couldn't convert any of them. And now today converts two very important goals as Salvo now has doubled their lead. 2-0 over the Colorado Rapids. Spot in the WPSL Final Four on the line. That will be played next week, as well as the championship match in Stillwater, Oklahoma. A final that is well deserving of such a beautiful place like Stillwater and the excellent stadium they have down there. Referee does a quick check-in with Hackinson, making sure she's okay. Certainly seems to be so. Play continues. Nice defensive stance from the Salvo defender. Rapids trying to keep this ball within distance of the Salvo goal. Win now they're able to keep a hold of that one, and that will be a goal kick. Win wanting Salvo to restart this quickly, chasing the ball. Salvo obviously taking their time. 64th minute of play, up 2-0 in the Central Region Championship match. Last year, these two teams met in the regional semifinals where Colorado Rapids got the better of Salvo. Very even first half today. First goal came a bit against the run of play for Salvo, but since that goal, Salvo have looked very comfortable as Harper in the box once again, looking to play this. Touched by Sophia Bowman, as Harper has to walk away from that one knowing she was in an offside position. Ball goes out for a goal kick. Again, earlier today, SC Del Sol winning 1-0 over what would have been the defending champions in the WPSL, California Storm. Foul here called against the Rapids. Perhaps a bit of frustration coming out on that one. Taken down was Ellie Wildman. On the foul was Cameron McMillan. Harper hoping to get on the end of that one, slips. And Bowman able to win it momentarily for Salvo. And now a strong foul from the Salvo player. Rapids looking for a quick restart. Harper making sure that doesn't happen. She's got to be careful there. Touching the ball away. Referee standing right there. Being up 2-0, you certainly don't want to give away any silly fouls or get any silly yellow cards. Salvo continuing to press their will as they win another throw-in on Colorado's side of the field. Bowman with the throw. Looking for Harper. Harper with a nice bicycle kick. Not going for goal, but trying to pass that ball. And while the Rapids regain possession here at midfield, EY sending this up to Wynn. Wynn with a nice cut. Moving towards the center of the field. Salvo now seeming to be at the ball every single time a player in white touches it. This ball sent out for a throw-in in the corner. EY taking the throw-in for the Rapids. Miscommunication there between the Rapids players as they seem to be a bit shell-shocked at the moment. EY knowing she was in an offside position like Harper before her. Lets the ball run. Throw in for Salvo. Becca Smith with the throw in. Smith, one of the many girls academy players on this team. And every single one of them that have gone on to one of the talent ID camps has been tabbed as a player to watch. Certainly including Becca Smith. In fact, Prep Soccer pegged Becca Smith as one of 5 players to know in regards to players in the national rankings. Just also plays at White Bear Lake High School. As Wynn gets a touch on this, sends it to the top of the 6. But once again, intercepted. This ball sent out for a Rapids throw-in. Well, Salvo happy to weather this Colorado Rapids storm, as Rapids have not had many opportunities despite getting closer and closer to the Salvo box. But now Rapids have to play this ball all the way back, look for a reset. Ball taken in near the top of the 18, shot at goal, but not on goal as it goes wide. Goal kick for Salvo. Now in the 69th minute of play here at Hart Park in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, home of FC Milwaukee Torrent. After 2 goals from Kaya Harper, first in the 54th, then again in the 61st, Salvo SC leading Colorado Rapids 2-0 in this WPSL Central Region Championship match. Rapids making another substitution. Coming onto the field is number 8, Fran Royland. And making way for Royland is number 15, Ella Moody. Brief pause in the audio, by the way. My apologies for that. Checking in with that Charlotte Eagles Nashville Rhythm game. Last we checked, it was 4-5. And it looks like that may be how it finished up. Charlotte Eagles winning that championship match against Nashville. Nashville being the home team in that one, playing at home. So that means Charlotte will be representing the South region at the WPSL Final Four. So 2 out of 4 spots claimed with today's results. SC Del Sol out of the West. And Charlotte Eagles, after being down 4-1, able to come back, tie things up 4-4, and then eventually get a goal in extra time. Looks like the 92nd minute of extra time to win that game 5-4. What a storied comeback that is. Back here in Milwaukee, 72nd minute of play. SC Salvo up 2-0. Crockett with a yellow card in the 53rd minute. A minute later, Harper got Salvo SC up 1-0. Took a great shot from outside the box. Had plenty of time to do so. Hit it with the inside of her foot, making sure it would have some nice spin on it, curving it into the goal and around the Rapids goalkeeper. 7 minutes later, she completed her brace with a difficult shot from the far side of the goal, sending it into the near side netting. And that is where things continue to stand here, as Colorado still looking for answers. They got one yesterday, but it took extra time and 113 minutes into the game. If they're going to equalize this one, obviously it has to happen much sooner, with only 17 and a half minutes or so in this one left to be played. Hackinson. Plenty of space, no pressure from the Rapids. Crockett, a slide tackle from behind. Referee deems it was nothing but ball, and play continues. But Crockett is going to have to be careful with taking chances like that. As I just mentioned, she's already on a yellow card. Hunt looking to play this one out to be Yulke. Not able to get there. Instead, Rapids looking for some counterattack. Nice strong play from Wildman, winning that ball for Salvo as Bowman plays this to Hunt. Hunt picks up her head, plays it back out to Bowman. Harper watching her line in the middle of the park. And now Wynn knocks this one. Will it go out? Yes, it will, and that for a corner kick. Jessica Hunt, I'm assuming, will continue to be on the corner. And you know what they say about making assumptions. I was wrong about that, and in fact, it'll be Emily Heslin. Emily Heslin, who had a fantastic career at the University of Minnesota. In fact, she scored the game-winning goal in the Big Ten championship match her sophomore year, making the Big Ten all-tournament team that year. That coming against Rutgers. Ball sent in, top of the 6, header, just over the goal. And looks like it may actually have been a defender that flicked it over. Another corner kick for Salvo. Not walking to the ball, but certainly not in a rush to get to the ball. No ball kids today to help out with those situations. 76th minute of play. 14 minutes left in this one. Can Salvo increase their lead? Can the Rapids start to chip away at the lead? Heslin sends this one near the top of the 6. Bauman with a shot, no trouble at all, as that one goes flying well over the goal. And you see Kylie Hall, goalkeeper for the Rapids, running to this ball. And another substitution for Colorado. Entering the field, number 7, Ella Frost. Coming off the field, number 10, Lexi Meyer. Ella Frost, one of those many players out of the University of Denver. She'll be a junior in the fall. In just her sophomore year, she was named to the Summit League All-Tournament team. And that year alone, 18 starts out of 19 games played, 4 goals and 1 assist in her sophomore year. Her freshman year making an immediate impact with the team, having played in 21 games. And some good genes in her as Harper has a run, possible one-on-one. No, instead that flag is raised up, offside. But going back to Ella Frost, good pedigree for her as her mom, Jill, played soccer at the University of California, Santa Barbara, and her dad, JB, played soccer at UCLA. Glover playing this to McDermott. That was Atkinson who had that nice defensive play against McDermott. Bauman now for Salvo, taken down by Glover. Easily called and quickly called by Shanklin. Give credit to Shanklin for a well-refereed game thus far. Couple of flare-ups on the field that he did well to manage. And Harper on the ball once again, playing this to the outside in the box. Ball sent to the top of the 6. Bauman had an opportunity, but Gallegos does just enough to make sure Bauman could not get a shot off. Frost to Gallegos. Gallegos playing this one up to Wallach. Wallach out to Crockett. Crockett, the player with a lone yellow card issued today. That coming in the 53rd minute. Well taken down from the air by Frost. Frost down on the ground now, pops back up. Ball back to Frost. Can Frost get there? She cannot. Another strong defensive play from this Salvo defense. Gallegos looking to send this forward. Heslin with the nice win once again for Salvo. Hackinson on the ball, plays this out to Harper. Harper bringing the ball to her right foot. Now another shot. Well, you certainly would like to do better as a forward, especially knowing you may be able to get a hat trick at the same time. Sending a ball that far will only help with taking time off the clock. Each club with a substitution now. Coming onto the pitch for Colorado, number 15, Ella Moody. And coming on for Salvo, number 5, Riley Lajewski. Taking a break for Colorado was number 21, Adeline Wallach. And for Salvo, number 28, Caitlin Biulke. Haven't talked much about Biulke, but she is a recent committed player to South Dakota State University. Again, one of the many Salvo Girls Academy players on this team. She had the great honor of being named Miss Soccer Minnesota for the 2A division. Made the All-State team in both her sophomore and junior years. Corner kick for Colorado. Rapids send this ball near the 6. Kept alive in the box. Now sent out by the Salvo defense. Colorado having almost everybody up. EY and Crockett standing just about 10 yards out of the box. Crockett with the ball near midfield. Looks to send this forward. Moody had gotten that ball first. Harper, the lone Salvo player up top for the moment. Hackinson providing a little bit of pressure in this midfield. Good communication between the midfield of Salvo as well as their defenders. EY with the throw for Colorado. Ball played straight back to her, now back to Wynn. Wynn turns, wants to send this across the box. McDermott was there, but so was Atkinson. Now a player taken down right in front of the referee. Will this be a card? He's reaching into his pocket. And yes, it will be. That card issued to number 15, Ella Moody. 82nd minute. Second yellow card issued today. Only other one was in the 53rd minute. That to Jordan Crockett. Substitution as Harper comes off. And going onto the field for Salvo is Becca Smith. So like for like substitution. Harper looking to be disappointed, giving her coaches a fist bump, but she knows she's a goal away from a hat trick. Not sure if that's what they're talking about down on the sideline, but certainly looks like it could be the case. But right now it's about Salvo closing out this game. And of course, you do want your players disappointed when they're coming off, when they're feeling good. You want that hunger in your players. As we are in the 83rd minute of play, we'll see if Harper gets a chance to complete that hat trick. But for now, she takes a break as Crockett on the far side gets possession for Colorado. Working this ball all the way across. Gallegos plays this out to EY. Ball sent into the box, but no trouble in the end for the Salvo defense. Sent out for a throw-in for Colorado. EY looking for options. Plays it into Frost. I'm sorry, Moody, my apologies. Now EY sending this back. Vanderven plays this to the outside to Crockett. Once again, Salvo defense is there. Player taken down. Again, this was Crockett on the foul. I don't believe there wasn't any malicious intent in that. Crockett just trying to win that ball. And looks like she may have injured herself a little bit on the play. Now able to walk it off as she traces back to her left back position. Nice ball by Lajewski. Ball sent into the box. Opportunity for Salvo. Nice defensive play by Ella Moody. Getting that ball to the far side, outside of the box. McDermott looking for a turn. Atkinson not allowing it. Atkinson on the ball. Her and McDermott continue to battle. Eventually goes out of bounds. Throw in for Salvo. Keep our eye on head coach Greg Wheaton and Kaya Harper, along with assistant coach Marco Campoverde, as they continue to have conversations. We'll see if Harper is given the chance to perhaps complete her hat trick. Crockett still limping a bit after colliding with a Salvo player. Now makes way as Fran Royland returns to the pitch for Colorado. Harper returning to the table of the fourth official near midfield, meaning she will get back in this game. Big smile coming across her face as Campoverde pointed for Harper to go back into the field. Of course, as a coach as well, you know Harper is so strong as a striker. I'm sure part of this is wanting to manage to make sure that she walks out of here without an injury. And you do have to weigh the player's desire to perhaps get that third goal versus making sure that you've got your best forward with you when you head down to Stillwater, Oklahoma for the WPSL Championships. Again, Charlotte Eagles winners 5-4 over Nashville Rhythm. Charlotte down 4-1 originally in that game. Came back all the way to win 5-4. SC Del Sol, your winners from the West, taking down defending WPSL champion California Storm 1-0. '87th minute of play in this one. If the Rapids are going to cut this lead in half, they're going to have to do it very soon. Gagne directing her players on where to stand. Meanwhile, Ryan Shanklin wanting Salvo to give the full 10 yards. And we will have a substitution on this dead ball as Harper returns to the field. Making way for her is Becca Smith. So Colorado Rapids with about 11 or 12 subs today. Salvo only with 6. This ball sent into the far box. Far side of the box, I should say. Hunt gets a touch, sends it out after a punch from Gagne. Ball floated right back in. Gagne there. I thought maybe she would let that one run over the end line to kill off some more time off the clock, but she grabs it off the bounce. 88th minute of play. Salvo SC up 2-0. Both goals from Kaya Harper. First in the 54th minute, taking it on her right foot from outside the box, curving it around the defense, and to curving it around Kylie Hall into the back of the net. 7 minutes later in the 61st, Harper then would be near the end line, turns towards the goal from an almost impossible angle, takes a shot, puts it in the far side netting, giving her a brace and giving Salvo SC the 2-0 lead. EY looking for win, but a nice step by Wildman. Wildman with a very strong game today as she plays this to Bowman. Bowman trying to get around EY, not able to do so. Instead, ball goes out of bounds, thrown right away from EY to Win. Win trying to send this one forward. EY in the middle of the pitch now. Looks to play this up, but Jessica Hunt there to win it for Salvo. And then she is tripped immediately after passing the ball. 89th minute. 75 seconds left in regulation on this one. I do believe we are going to have 1 or 2 minutes of stoppage. Perhaps 1 minute. It's hard to tell with the referee if he was holding up 1 or 2 fingers. Either way, we've got just under a minute in regulation. Bauman plays it to Harper. Harper is on. Rapids wanted an offside call. Harper just takes this to the corner. Intelligent play. We know that she desired to get that hat trick, but rather than going for that, takes it to the corner to kill off some time. Throwing now for Salvo. Rapids happy to run and grab this ball to try to speed up play for Salvo SC. And officially 2 minutes of stoppage is what has been given. Not in stoppage time yet, just finishing up the 90th minute of play. This ball played in the middle of the box from Harper. Harper perhaps disappointed at how quickly the ball got taken away from her when she took it to the corner. And instead of staying in the corner that time, actually made a run down the end line. Ball kept in bounds by Hall, who quickly wants to play this. As time is at a premium as we are officially in stoppage time. Not the best of kicks from Hall. Win there with the throw. Win not happy with that call, but that certainly did seem to be the case. Bauman with the throw-in for Salvo. 30 seconds into stoppage. Salvo SC up 2-0. Referee indicating that he'll add that time wasting back onto the clock. Harper goes down, gets the call. Gallegos not happy with that call. And a short kick by Salvo. And as Hackinson went to take that ball in the corner, just shoved down Rapids. Perhaps not the most intelligent of plays, as Salvo can just take their time. And now the kick is taken in the corner. It remains Harper and Hackinson working together. That it goes out of bounds, throw in for Colorado. Well, we've got about 30 seconds left in stoppage time. We'll see if there really is any extra added time after the referee indicated that he would add some back on because of the time wasting. Not sure it'd be enough for the Rapids anyway to get 2 goals, but stranger things have happened in this world. Wynn trying to get to that ball. Bauman gets a touch, but plays it right to Wynn. Wynn sends this one long, looking for teammates on the far side. McDermott being one of them, and McMillan the other. Attempting to send this one in the box. Salvo defense is there, and that is it. No time added on after the 2. Salvo SC, your Central Region champions, winning this game 2-0. They will head to Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma to take on SC Del Sol in the second semifinal game for the WPSL Championship. Well, Salvo SC, runners-up in the Northern Conference, but they come in today. They came in with a huge amount of belief in themselves, and it paid off, telling everybody, hey, we deserve to be here. Not only do we deserve to be here in the Central Region Championship match, we deserve to be in the WPSL Finals. First, they got to take on SC Del Sol. After that, we'll see what happens. Once again, Salvo SC 2-0 winners here at Hart Park in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Harper with the brace, scoring a goal in the 54th minute, and then again in the 61st minute. Colorado Rapids having an extra time game yesterday, but so did Salvo SC. Salvo SC coming in with just a bit more belief than the Rapids. Rapids, like yesterday, were a bit flat today, and Salvo SC just continued to find their footing more and more through the match. Harper left alone on that first goal, taking a shot, curving it around the defense, curving it around the Rapids goalkeeper for the first goal. And then just 7 minutes later, near the end line, turns, faces the goal, Harper does, takes an almost impossible angle shot, puts it in the near side netting, and that is how things would finish up. So congratulations to Salvo SC, ending Colorado Rapids' 12-game winning streak. And Salvo themselves now on a 7-game winning streak. They will take that into the WPSL semifinals next weekend in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Make sure you find that game. I am pretty sure it'll be on 11 Sports. And once again, I want to thank all 4 clubs that played here this weekend: Colorado Rapids, Salvo SC, KC Courage, and of course, FC Milwaukee Torrent, your hosts for the weekend. It is so much appreciated that all of you got me your rosters ahead of time, able to do some research on all of your players. Had a pleasure of meeting General Manager of Salvo SC, Matt Cross, in person, meeting Jen Metz, who runs the Colorado Rapids youth teams. Met her over email.